All right, so what we got to talk about is functions here today. And we need to just kind of get used to what a function is. And so let's go to an example, even though if you've looked at the assignment, there's problems to do that test whether or not you know essentially what a function is. But realistically, you need to spend a little bit of time soaking in what the heck a function is first before you go to that, okay? So let's see example 1. Okay, so we've got gas costing $3.70 per gallon at town pump. Okay. If I buy 1 gallon of gas, how much does that cost? $3.70. If I buy 2 gallons of gas, how much is that going to cost? $7.40. Okay. If I buy 10 gallons, $37. For any amount I could put in that column, the gallons column, everyone's going to agree on what comes in the cost column, unless somebody's made like an arithmetic error or a brain fart. But this is a rule that takes an input, namely the number of gallons, and maps it to, pairs it off with exactly one output, namely the price. Those words I want to get you used to here, because you'll get into using x's and y's. Usually x is the variable we use for input, and y is the variable we use for output. But later what's going to happen, just going well ahead, is we'll use multiple functions at once. So we'll take one function, give it an input, then comes an output. And then we take another function, take the output from the first, and use it as the input for the second. So for example, let's just kind of introduce that problem here real quickly. My car, my SUV, gets 18 miles per gallon. Lousy example here. Lousy example. Let's scratch that. Forget I did that. Okay? I have to go and do, well, no, I'm too lazy to actually go to the erase function. So those who are watching this online are going to see the boo-boo. Oh well. Oh well. But we'll get to that soon enough. Is that the use of the words output and input, having those kind of in your vocabulary, being able to step back and use those words instead of always x and y is going to be helpful to you. All right? So a function is a relation that pairs one input with exactly one output. A function is going to match up one input, one x, with exactly one y. I tell you the x, you can tell me the y. That type of relationship where that sort of thing happens is a function. Example 2. Let's go with gas at Arco. How many of you are familiar with what an Arco station is? Ever heard of that brand? Only one of you. It's a brand out on the West Coast, and it's nationwide, worldwide brand. But you know, we just don't happen to have their stations in Miles City or in Montana, I don't think. But what they did for a while is they scrapped their credit card sales. And I think they may still do this. And you have to buy with either cash or a debit card. And then they broke down and said, well, if you use a debit card, we want to charge you a little money. Or if we use a credit card, we want to charge you a little extra. So gas at Arco costs $3.60 a gallon. Plus 40 cents if you use a credit card. Okay? Now, credit card users have a function. Gas, or the amount of gas you buy, and the cost. If you buy anything, if you're a credit card user, say 1 gallon, you're going to pay that $3.60, plus you're going to pay 40 cents, so total cost is going to be $4. 2 gallons, well, you're going to pay 2 times $3.60 or $7.20, plus that 40 cents. That 40 cents only comes once. That 40 cents is not per gallon. It's just a set. You know, you turn on the pump with that credit card in it, you're going to have 40 cents tacked on to the car. 10 gallons will be $36.40. So credit card users have a function. Cash users have a function. Okay? So cash users have a function, credit card users have a function, but in general, buy 1 gallon gas, well, it might cost $3.60, or it might cost $4. 2 gallons, hey, it might cost $7.20, or it might cost $7.60. If I don't give you that extra piece of information as to what they're paying with, and I just say, well, how much does 2 gallons of gas cost at an Arco station? If that's all I do, you've got more than one possible output for every input. And when you've got that situation, this is not a function. When there's more than one possible output for every input, that's not a function. Well, there's lots of different ways to write these functions. And what I want to do is, for the sake of people out in TV land, stop the tape so they can just digest that one piece of tape or one piece of video and then move on to this next one.